What's going on, everybody? Stars 10P Aviation here, and welcome back to Seattle North for the January 2026 update. We have a lot of new stuff, a new cargo apron, a new passenger concourse, some new remote gates. We have entirely revamped, that's right, an entirely revamped main terminal to go along with the new terminal buildings too. We've also gotten a giant amount of new aircraft for the update, lots of new aircraft here, and a bunch of new routes. So without further ado, let's get into the exciting January 2026 first update for Seattle North of the year. Apologies for not getting an update out in December. I wanted to, but time just was not on my side. Anyhow, first aircraft here, we have the JetBlue Airlines Airbus A320 in the blue Yorker, or I believe it's the barcode tail. This aircraft is coming in today from the lovely city of Las Vegas, Nevada, and will be heading out to Boston Logan International Airport right now, and it is going to be taking off after the next aircraft we're going to be covering. Here we have a United Express CRJ-700. It's actually a 550, but we're going to be using it as 700 today. This aircraft is currently heading all the way out to Brookings in South Dakota, a fictional airport from JJ Aviation. Check him out, he makes some great content. This aircraft is currently heading out on the new route to Brookings. Normally Brookings is served by the E-175, but low demand, off-season, the CRJ-700 is being used on this frequency. It previously came in on a flight from Helena, Montana. Moving on to our D gates here, we have actually, no, they're called the E-gates now. Sorry. Moving on to the E-gates, we have this Tiger Air Taiwan Airbus A320 in a special livery. I can't read that. I don't remember what it's called. But we're just going to call it the calligraphy special livery here. The Tiger Air Taiwan aircraft is currently being shuttled from its previous owner, which was American Airlines. Or actually, no, its previous owner was Spirit Airlines, and it's currently making the shuttle flight all the way out to Taipei. Pretty interesting little flight. Seattle North is, after all, a great stopover if you're heading over to Asia. Kind of makes sense to stop here. So that's very nice to see. On to the next aircraft. With buses connected here, and at its little remote stand with its air stairs, we have this Iceland Air Boeing 737 MAX 8. This aircraft is currently loading on passengers for the flight out to Reykjavik International Airport in Iceland. Iceland Air has always been a long-lasting server of Seattle North. Now Iceland Air has been here for a full year. That's crazy. It's been a year since I got this model, but yeah, it's been here around a year, and Iceland Air is a very successful airline at Seattle North. Very great to see Iceland Air's new expansions, because they are going to be starting 757 service here soon. Great. Excited to see that. Over here at gate E5, our little essential air service gate here, we have this Contour Airlines Embraer 145. This aircraft is heading out on one of the two essential air service routes from Seattle North. It's currently heading on the flight all the way down to Klamath Falls, Oregon, and it previously came in on the essential air service flight in from Pendleton, Oregon. Right now, those are the two EAS routes out of the airport. However, some more essential air service routes may be added in the future, and I will let you know when those happen. Here we have an Air Wisconsin liveried CRJ-200. This aircraft is currently actually operating an essential air service flight as well, this time going down to Pendleton. They are the only other EAS operator here. There is one more we're going to talk about later, but they are one of the main EAS operators here, and they fly down to Pendleton. However, they do have some non-EAS flights out of Seattle North down to Yakima, Washington, and some other destinations in smaller airports around the Pacific Northwest. Okay, moving on to a more mainline airline, we have this Delta Connection Bombardier CRJ-900 operated by SkyWest. This aircraft is currently making the flight all the way over to Billings, Montana, after a previous round in today from Monterey, California. Lovely new routes. They've been here for a while, but Monterey is quite new on Delta. It's been with United for a while, though. Great to see the CRJ-900 still going strong. Here are our new D gates. They were formerly known as the C gates, but the C gates have gotten a giant new remodel. They look a lot nicer now. They have the main section of concourse here, but over here we have some ground gates, and these are the little gates that aircraft up to the E-145 or CRJ 700, I think, can park at. You're going to see airlines like JSX use these gates, actually, because there is no FBO right now. Maybe they'll use the FBO in the future, but they are using these gates for now. And right now, my fictional airline based out of this airport, Northwest Air Connect, also uses these gates, but soon they'll have their own gates too. So in the future, after that, these gates are probably going to just be used for little commuter planes. So let's get into the routes here. Starting us off here at commuter gate number 2, we have the JSX Embraer 145. This aircraft is currently on the flight all the way down to Scottsdale, Arizona. Pretty regular Phoenix serving JSX flight. Great to see JSX serving the airport of Seattle North with their more luxury charter-esque operations. Former WestJet here, we have this Northwest Air Connect Saab 340. This aircraft is currently making the flight down to Juniper Bay, Washington, which is one of my fictional airports I run under the Growth and Change playlist. Maybe I'll link it on the box up above there. So it's currently heading out to Juniper Bay and previously came in today from Spokane, Washington. Moving on to some actual mainline operations here. The control tower just fell over. Let me fix that real quick. Anyhow, moving on to some mainline operations here. We have this Delta Airlines Airbus A320-200. This aircraft is currently heading out to Tulsa, Oklahoma, after a previous flight in today from Sacramento, California. Pushing back out of its gate here, we have this new model for the airport, just like the JSX and the Tiger Air new models here, and that JetBlue we covered earlier, actually. But new model, the Delta Airlines Airbus A220-100. This aircraft is currently heading out to, I believe it is Roseville, which is Dreamliner Fan HC's fictional model airport. Go check him out. He makes some great content. This aircraft is currently heading out to Roseville, Washington, and previously came in today on the flight in from Redmond, Oregon, which Delta uses the A220 on now. Parked over here at this gate here, we have this Delta Airlines Boeing 737-800. This aircraft previously came in on the flight in from Salt Lake City in Utah, a Delta hub as well, and will be heading out this time on the flight all the way down to San Francisco, California. New airline and new model for the airport. Here we have the Hawaiian Airlines Airbus A330-200. This aircraft is currently heading out on the flight to Honolulu after a previous round in from Honolulu. Hawaiian currently parks at this gate, which used to be a Delta wide-body gate and will be soon. And Hawaiian is planning on moving to the A gates in the future. But right now they are here because the A gates are actually still under construction and not complete. Hawaiian isn't just going to be serving Honolulu. It's planned that they'll be also on the A321neo and A330 flights over to Lihue, which is in Lihue, Lanai, Maui, and Kona. So it's going to be great to see those routes take off as well. Moving on to our current low-cost ground gates, they'll have their own concourse pretty soon here. We have the Frontier Airlines Airbus A319 in the old color scheme. This aircraft is currently on the flight out to Denver, Colorado, a big Frontier hub, and previously came in from Las Vegas, Nevada, another big Frontier hub. Another new airline to the airport and another new model to the collection. Here we have the Allegiant Airlines Airbus A220-200 with these sharklets. Allegiant is currently only operating a few routes out of the airport, but soon they will be growing with the addition of some new slots once the low-cost terminal opens up. They'll be our largest low-cost carrier up there with Southwest. Allegiant currently only operates a few routes, but this one is heading out to Phoenix Mesa Airport in Arizona, and previously came in today from Las Vegas, Nevada, another route that Allegiant serves. This section of the revamp was done in the last update for the terminal, so there's not much new to report on there. Anyhow, here we are moving on to the current C gates, former B gates. We have the Air China Airlines, just Air China Airbus A350-900. This aircraft previously came in today from Beijing Capital International Airport and will be heading out back to Beijing capital pretty shortly. It's currently loading on catering and passengers right now. Loading on baggage and catering, currently heading out on a flight to, let's say, Osaka Kansai International Airport in Japan. We have this United Airlines Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner in the EVO blue color scheme. Currently heading out to Osaka, Japan. This aircraft previously came in on a flight today from, let's say, from Rome, Italy. Also heading out to Japan today, we have the All Nippon Airlines Boeing 777-200. This aircraft is currently heading out to Tokyo Haneda International Airport and previously arrived in from Tokyo Narita International Airport. Both airports are served by ANA, as well as several other smaller Japanese international airports, like Osaka, Fukuoka, and soon Sapporo. The largest aircraft to make regular flights here at the moment, soon some larger planes, jumbo jets will be flying here. We have the United Airlines Boeing 777-300ER. This aircraft is currently on the flagship route to London Heathrow International Airport in England, and previously came in on a flight from Seoul, South Korea, another flagship route that United flies. Parked next to it here, we have Delta Airlines Airbus A330-300. This is operating one of Delta's main routes out of the airport. Soon these will be served on the A350. It's currently heading out on a flight to Amsterdam in the Netherlands and previously arrived in on a flight from Tokyo Narita International Airport in Japan.
Aviation Expo is a brand new aviation event taking place from July 8th through 11th, 2026 at Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. From model airplanes to aviation tours to plane spotting, you're not going to want to miss the best aviation event of 2026. Check out aviationexpo.org for more information and sign up for news updates today.
Moving on to the current B gates, former A gates. Not too much has changed, though the design has changed a little bit to be more consistent with the whole airport. Pretty nice to see that. Let's get straight into the aircraft at the United gates over here. Parked at its gate here, we have the United Airlines Airbus A321neo. This aircraft is currently heading out to Great Plains International Airport, a United hub, and a fictional airport from CM Aviation, a good friend of mine on YouTube. Go check his content out, he makes some great content. And also the Great Plains updates are also very nice to watch as well. So anyways, it is heading out to Great Plains after a previous flight in today from San Francisco, California. Pushing back here, we have another odd East Asian visitor. Here we have the Asiana Airlines Airbus A321neo. This aircraft is currently making the flight all the way out to Honolulu International Airport in Hawaii today, and then it will be doing a flight from Honolulu to Guam, and from Guam to Seoul. So Asiana is actually going to be flying a little, almost like an island hopper route of sorts, to try to capture as much of the Guam to Hawaii, Guam to Seoul, Guam to Seattle North demand as possible. As well, they soon will also be serving directly on a wide body. This is just going to be the aircraft they use. It's going to be in a very premium, heavy configuration for tourists. So anyhow, this aircraft is going to be heading out on the lovely Pacific Island hopper flight from Asiana. Back to the United series, we have the United Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8. This aircraft is currently heading out on a flight to the lovely airport of, it's currently heading out to Kansas City in Missouri, and previously arrived in on the flight today from Calgary in Alberta in Canada. Parked over here like usual, we have the United Airlines Boeing 777-200 in the Star Alliance special livery. This aircraft is currently on the flight, or heading out on the flight to Paris Charles de Gaulle International Airport, and made a previous flight in today from Honolulu, Hawaii. United does use wide bodies on those flights. Loading up on catering here, we have the United Airlines Boeing 767-300. This aircraft is currently making the flight out to New York Newark International Airport and made a previous flight in today from the lovely city of Mexico City in Mexico. Some very popular routes United is serving, and United's presence here will only grow with some future expansion plans that I'm going to tell you about shortly. Parked next to it here, we have the United Airlines Boeing 737-700. This aircraft is currently heading out on the flight down to Reno Tahoe International Airport in Nevada, and previously came in on a flight from, previously came in on the flight in today from Corpus Christi, Texas. Moving on here to our United Express section of the B-Gates, we have the United Express CRJ-550. This aircraft is currently making the flight down to Medford, Oregon, after a previous round in today from Yakima, Washington. Here we have another United CRJ-200. This aircraft is in the SkyWest livery, as it is a SkyWest operated aircraft, so it's in the SkyWest house livery here. This aircraft is currently heading all the way down on the flight to Eureka, California, which is operated on the CRJ-200 after a previous flight in today from Coos Bay, Oregon, which is also a CRJ-200 route. And yeah. Another United CRJ-550 here. This aircraft is currently heading out on the flight to, this aircraft is currently heading out to Bozeman, Montana. Normally a larger aircraft is used, but this is the night frequency, so a smaller one's used. Another United CRJ-550 here. This aircraft is currently coming in today, or currently heading out to the lovely city of, how about we have this one going over to Pullman Moscow Regional Airport in Idaho. And it previously came in today on the service in from Missoula, Montana. Moving on to the new A-Gates. The A-Gates will have a total of, there's a total of 7 gates at the airport. And one gate can be, or 2 gates can be turned into one wide-body gate, I think. Or no. Yeah, 2 gates can be turned into one. Never mind. Yeah, it is still 7 gates. Sorry. Anyhow, this is a 7-gate concourse here that will be housing American Airlines, Alaska Airlines for now. Soon it will just be American and JetBlue flying from here. Starting us off here, we have the Alaska Airlines Embraer 175 in the Horizon Air Retro livery. This aircraft is currently making the flight over to Spokane, Washington on the nighttime frequency, so of course they're not using the larger plane for that. Previously came in today from the lovely city of Provo, Utah. Another Alaska E-175. This one is currently in the standard livery here and is heading out on the flight all the way down to Medford, Oregon, after a previous flight in today internationally from Kelowna in British Columbia. And ending this section of the airport off here, we have the American Eagle CRJ-200. This aircraft is currently making one of the few Focus City-esque flights that American has here, and it is currently making the flight down to Eugene, Oregon, after a previous flight in today from Spokane, Washington. Right now, Alaska and JetBlue are using ground boarding at the moment, but American is still using jet bridges here because there's only 2 that have been installed so far. More will come. The Alaska Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8. This aircraft is currently making the flight all the way across the United States over to New York JFK, and previously arrived in today from New Orleans, Louisiana. Over here we have a JetBlue A321neo. This aircraft also came in from New York JFK and will be heading out soon on the flight, this time to Boston Logan International Airport. Here we have the American Airlines Airbus A320. This one's not a new model to the airport, but it's only been in a couple updates. Anyhow, this aircraft is currently heading out on the flight down to Phoenix, Arizona, after a previous round in from Los Angeles, California. This one's a new one to Seattle North. Here we have the American Airlines Airbus A321 in the PSA Heritage livery. This aircraft came in earlier today from New York JFK and will be heading out on the flight down to Charlotte, North Carolina. Ending off the A-Gates, we have the Alaska Airlines Boeing 737-900 in the UNCF livery. This aircraft previously came in today from Lanai, Maui, and is currently heading out on the flight all the way down to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Here we have the Delta Airlines Boeing 767-400. This aircraft is currently heading out to Toronto, or coming in today from Toronto, and will be heading out later on the flight all the way down to Mexico City. Here we have some old classics on the, these were used to be in the old updates, and I'm just bringing them back for one last little why not. Here we have the America West retired Boeing 737-200. This aircraft has been parked here for a while and has no future flight plans. That goes for this America West as well. Here we have a parked World Atlantic MD-83. This aircraft is previously arrived in on a flight from Fort Lauderdale International Airport in Florida and will be heading out on a flight to Orlando in the future, probably in around a couple hours, I think. On to the cargo section here. We have the FedEx Cessna 208 Caravan. This one's heading out to Pasco Tri-Cities after a previous flight in from Juniper Bay, Washington. This one's currently heading out to Pullman Moscow Regional Airport, also in Idaho over there, and will be heading, or came in previously on the flight from Redmond, Oregon. This FedEx Cessna Caravan came in today from Medford, Oregon, and will be heading out to Yakima, Washington. Here we have the FedEx 757-200. This one came in today from Memphis, Tennessee, and will be heading out to Anchorage, Alaska. And over here, we have the UPS 757-200. This one's coming in today from Louisville, Kentucky, and will be heading out on the flight down to Los Angeles, California. And concluding our update, this is the last aircraft here, we have the DHL 777 Freighter. This one's coming in today from Anchorage, Alaska, and actually is heading out right now to Tokyo Narita International Airport in Japan. If you haven't noticed, and you've watched these videos before, this cargo terminal used to be over where the A gates are, and they currently lie here right now. Let's talk about some future plans. This cargo terminal will be moved all the way over to the end of the airport, and in its place will be, I believe, 4 or 5 passenger concourses. The first for Alaska, the second for United and United Express. I think that also is the third one too. The next is for low-cost airlines, and the one after I think will be used for some commuter flying. So yeah, that is what we got so far right now for the expansion. It's pretty slow progress. Oh yeah, we'll also have an FBO for private jets and all that too, with some hangars. I think that'll be pretty cool to see. Anyhow, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed. I've been Starston P Aviation. Thank you for watching, despite all my stutters I've made during the video. I apologize for that. And I will be seeing you guys next month. Have a great rest of your day.